Why kids are so violent now?
Do you guys remember last year when Gen Alpha kids were being ridiculed to the moon? Teachers were saying they couldn't read, they couldn't write, and all they do was sit and watch brain rot like Coco Melon, play Roblox, and genuinely dopamine max while they sit and scroll on their iPad and their tablet while watching their TV at the same time. Last year they were watching Subway Surfers frying their brains, and now this year the memes are replaced with 6, 7, and Tung 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 So Whore. So basically, we're not getting any better, okay? And
I think we are getting better. I'm gonna tell y'all why. I feel like one thing I've been realizing is a lot of these like brain rotted stuff, they get old. They might have been addicting at first, but it gets old. Like I don't care to watch a Subway Surfer gameplay thingy or a Minecraft parkour. I feel like now we're actually getting better. I mean, we're still brain rotted, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it was worse before.
On top of that, I would honestly say it's getting worse, bro. Nowadays, Gen Alpha kids are getting to that point where they're strong enough to start bullying their own parents. At times, they hit their parents, and now they're even costing them hefty fines and fees like replacing TVs when they crash out on games. And this is really
I'm gonna let y'all know right now, if my child ever breaks my TV, the same cracks you see on the TV is the same cracks you gonna see on that nigga head. If you wanna crash out, we can both crash out. I raised a child. I ain't raised a little devil. I'll be real. Then again, I'm not a dad, so that's a good thing, right?
significant because it shows how violent this new generation is becoming, bro.
Crashed out for the last time.
You lodged an Xbox controller in the TV? Dude, nigga, is your son Zeus? How? There's no way flat screens are this week, right? Dude, he got it stuck in the TV, he ripped through it.
No
Damn.
more Roblox.
Like using my phone, he's my favorite brain rot.
I don't even know what brain rot is.
Someone cue me in. How long would it take to get my favorite brain rot back? Assuming it's very rare. Super rare? Days? Okay, bro. Okay, can I buy a brain rot that I lost? Wait, they got this nigga facing the wall. Good. All I know is I be seeing how evil kids could get, and I look back at my parents and I'm like, bro, y'all got me tripping for no reason. Y'all got me in trouble for no reason. I could have all A's. I'd get in trouble for talking back to the teacher or talking out loud. Come on, bro. I deserve way much better.
My guy crashed out over steal a brain rod, bro. If you don't know what steal a brain rod is, it's just a Roblox game. The most dumb thing ever. Not something to get this mad over, and definitely not something to break a $1,000 TV, bro. If my kid breaks a $1,000 TV, it would take—
No, adoption center, bro. I'm telling you, bro. We're gonna make that back in any other way. Whether that's me feeding you food, whether it's me buying you clothes, we're taking it away. I'm obviously trolling, or am I?
all the hands in the world to grab me, pull me away from putting my hand— I'm just kidding, you know,
The law actually beats his friends. I'm here to tell you that.
that is abuse. Either way though, I'm not gonna lie, what I would do, bro, if my kid did this, he would have to clean dishes, do chores, work a job or something. I don't care if you're 12 years old.
What do y'all think is the worst punishment for a child? You know what? I said this before and I'm gonna say it again. I'd rather have gotten my ass beat than to be grounded. I'm gonna stand on that. Cause I could take a beating, but if you gonna ground me and take away my electronics, depression is worse than physical pain. On some dark shit, that's why people be like, you know, hurting themselves to take away from their mental pain. So when you ground me and take away electronics and shit, that really does something to me.
You're doing child labor. You're working in the machine factories in order to replace my goddamn 24, 25-inch flat screen TV, bro. Look at the way he threw the controller in there. It's so bad that it left a dent, a mark, a fossil over Roblox. And this lady right here in the comment section said it best. Brain rot is the devil. I just can't prove it yet. Hey, I can prove it to you, okay? They probably have devil games in them Roblox, bro. And watch, they actually probably do. I'm gonna have my editor put it on the freaking screen. Yo, put it on the screen, bro. And the thing—
Oh shit. Hello got an editor? Damn, yo, hello. You getting money.
is, I know some of y'all will say, oh yeah, toddlers, kids will have, you know, bad temper, bad tantrums, you know, they don't know how to control their behavior, blah, 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 right? But it's not just those youngins, the Gen Alpha that are like, you know, 5, 6, 7 years old. It's the ones who are teenagers now, bro. 13-year-old daughter crashes out after I take her cell phone.
Do you even feel bad?
Your tailgate, no. Getting another phone anyway.
I'm sorry. Wait. Did the parents destroy the phone? But either way, gang, that iPhone is 30 generations ago. I don't even blame her or whoever did it. That phone is a fossil. We only got 20% battery storage in there.
Wait, okay, you didn't take her cell phone. You freaking destroyed it. Damn, bro.
You're not. How you gonna get it?
Okay, I will say parents who destroy gifts that they give their children, that's a mental illness. Cause one, you bought it. You bought it. You're destroying something that you gave them. Take it, yes, and hold it 100%. Destroy it, you're an idiot. Control your temper. That's childish.
And I'm not gonna lie, bro, I would crash out too if I still had the freaking iPhone 5 from back—
Saying, bro, if anything, she needed that replacement. She's probably only using about 10%. Y'all know how iPhones be hoeing y'all every year.
in the day in 2010 when it released. She can't even download games like freaking Fruit Ninja or Jetpack Joyride, bro. How do you expect her to enjoy life? Damn, bro.
You can call your friends now.
Yo, see if you can call your friends now.
Why did she even actually attempt it? Another thing, what do y'all think about parents who record their child's punishment? That's also weird. Do not record yourself disciplining your children. That's lame. Some of y'all just don't deserve children.
Power button don't work.
And this is what they're doing in response. Putting holes in the back of the truck, bro. Oh no, bro. And if you know anything about cars, bro, these fees are expensive as hell to replace. Who even is this, by the way, bro? Is this your friend? Did she recruit a homie to do this? And she's still going. With this nonchalant look, she has no fear of her parents sitting there looking like,
And what? What are you gonna do about it, huh?
What actually costs more, the phone or the truck? The truck, right? If I'm you, stop recording and get the hammer.
Dad, Mom, I don't care. I'm gonna, beat
the truck until you buy me a new phone. That's the thing, these kids be thinking that they're on the same level of authority as these parents, bro. Like, you gotta discipline them at some point, right? Maybe they shouldn't fear you to like a—
Honestly, after I see that, no, don't smash the phone. Sell it for like 20 bucks, but hell no. No. I'm putting y'all on like a strict leash in the crib.
physical extent, but they should fear some type of punishment. I feel like grounding or something, man. It just shows that you let them walk over you consistently for them to do this, because they didn't start out doing something this bad. In the comment section, the problem is with the parents, and I pretty much agree, bro. This is on
yeah. If your children feel like it's okay to do that, then your disciplining is terrible. Am I the only one when as I grew up as a kid? Nigga, I was scared to even do things because of the wrath of my parents. Like, the fact that some of these children have the urge to even do these things goes to show that y'all are not really heavy on them.
Parents, I'm too black for this. No facts, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. I'm black and Asian, okay? The black side, belt, switch from the tree. The Asian side, sandal. I'm getting beat with a straw hat damn near, bro. It don't matter. This is something that ethnic families would just not allow, bro. When your son slaps the hell out of you, but you remember it's just a baby. Damn. I mean, this is kind of normal, okay? I'll say that. You know, freaking babies, they be slapping sometimes, so I won't throw this one in there. I won't violate this baby, but, you know, you do it again, yo, I'm gonna be on your head. Brief intermission. If you're enjoying the video so far, please make sure you sub to the channel.
Yo, hold on. Stop promoting your shit, nigga. We want you to be underground forever.
Bro, to 200,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. Now, remember when I mentioned earlier that those teachers came out of the woodworks to say that Gen Alpha was like all violent, lazy, couldn't read, couldn't write, you know, they had problems or whatever. They're being reckless. They're putting their hands on people in school. That didn't stop, okay? So going on r/teachers, you know, where teachers can vent their frustrations in their authentic self without fearing getting fired by the school boarders. This one from 4 months ago says that Gen Alpha struggles with writing ability. This one says that kids are not okay. To save y'all a yap session and a word salad, basically this is stating that for the past 2 years, Gen Alpha test scores were free falling and behaviors are escalating. As a teacher, I know I'm going to have to change this new generation, but how? I wish I could share the video, but they haven't graduated yet. New teachers wouldn't believe how drastically things have changed in 2.5 years.
Y'all think people are becoming more dumb? Let me ask ChatGPT. It depends. Okay, that means yes. So yes, wow. Niggas getting more dumb. This is tough, bro.
Years. In just 2 years, test scores are free falling. Behaviors are getting more unruly. Kids are getting more violent. Even teachers sometimes are crashing out in classes. And as the teacher noted, this has all been happening really drastically in the last 2.5 years, bro. And for some of y'all out here that might be saying, oh, this was 7 months ago. This right here is from literally 2 days ago. Is this normal? Kids are glitching out. Glitching out? I started teaching music to 5, 6-year-old kids. They can't express their thoughts. They glitch out. They stumble. They're struggling with their development. And
I'm not around kids. Do the children y'all know are like, I don't know, siblings or whatever, do they look slow from y'all experience? Like, do you look at like these kids around those age and you're like, yo, wow, y'all are brain rotted like shit. They lack literacy. So niggas is learning English like later on in life. That's tough. Wow. That's actually kind of sad. That's really sad.
And the person's wondering if this is a normal thing or not. And I made a more in-depth video about like violence within schools, but just to really drive in the point, kids in schools are bullying more. Like according to this article I found, 34% of teenagers were bullied in the last 12 months. And according to another article, it states that bullying, perpetration, and victimization is at 67.1%. And of course, 67.1%.
Nigga, even the statistics are brain rotted, bro. Everywhere I go, everything is brain rotted, bro.
And of course, there's more statistics that talk about like the ethnicities and stuff, or like your demographic that pertains to bullying. For example, if you're a low income, or maybe if you're black/non-white Hispanic, you're more likely to be bullied, things like this. It is also important to note that it's hard to find statistics around Gen Alpha as a whole, because it just hasn't been that many years yet. Like, I think the further we go down, the more stats we're gonna see on Gen Alpha, but our sample size is just not big enough to make insane conclusions. So there is a chance that Gen Alpha is not more violent violent than other generations, but in my opinion, I feel like the violence they have stems from like anger, rage, things like this that come from poor parenting and social media or overdosing on dopamine, bro. So now I want to get into why Gen Alpha kids are so aggressive. As I said, dopamine maxing, you know, if you're continuing to consume TV upon screen, upon tablet, upon this and that, brain rot, things like this, you're constantly chasing that high, almost like a drug user. And what happens when a drug user doesn't have their drugs? They go through withdrawals. They start craving, they start itching, you know, like give me my, you know? I mean, we all felt that before when we did crack for the first time. It felt those itches.
Honestly, with how fast you talk law, I wouldn't be surprised if you took some before this video. Respectfully though, my boy.
Scratches. So I'm sure that Gen Alpha feels the same way when they're not getting their dopamine, bro. Coupled with the fact that their brains are not very developed at all. How do you expect them to feel when they're not getting what they want? That
I ain't even thought about the vape pens, bruh. Yo, it be blowing me when people be taking all these substances when they're not even fully developed in their brain yet. Like, you know that's actually cooking you, right? Like, there's a reason why people put certain ages to try certain things. Because of your developmental brain, gang. Which will mean you're an elementary schooler and you getting smoke in your brain, bro.
With the fact that their parents never really restrict them, they always get what they want. Whenever they're told no in school or whenever they're faced with some type of roadblock or difficulty, they're gonna overreact and maybe crash out. Which is why you see kids throwing things at TVs, why you see kids throwing chairs, why you see kids lashing out at school or other people, because they don't know how to deal with their emotions. They were never taught by their parents, they never learned it at home. They were always getting what they want. So when they don't get what they want, how do they act? And this shows, bro, if you have a kid and you're not raising them right, the moment you do decide to punish them, they might take it right back out on you. Whether they put their hands on you, they put their hands on your vehicle, it can get really scary. Now hold on.
I will say there's definitely ways to discipline your kids without hitting them though. I feel like that's a misconception people gotta understand. You don't need to hit your kid to discipline them. My parents never hit me and look how I turned out. I just finished on you.
Know what some of y'all might be thinking at home. You see your kid doing that, you know, their first instinct is, you know, pull out the belt and get to, oh, right?
Well, wrong.
According to the study, it says that physically punishing children in low and middle income countries has exclusively negative outcomes, including poor health, low academic performance, parasocial emotional development, yielding similar results to studies in wealthier nations. So more or less, punishing your child physically is not the way to go and actually makes things worse. So if you're wondering why some person's evil out there, it might be because, you know, there was hands put on them as a child. So if you can't put hands on a child, what do you do? This is where the discussion of gentle parenting comes in. So to define gentle parenting, it says that gentle parenting is a means of parenting without shame, blame, or punishment. That's the basics and most accurate definition. Now I know what you might be thinking, oh, that's too soft, you know, kids, they need to learn the hard way. They need to learn, you know, more to be a man, which, you know, I'm hearing you out, okay?
As a child, did y'all know about CPS? Be real, did y'all even know what that is? If I knew what CPS was, dude, I would have been called it on my parents, bro. Not for me, but for my siblings, gang. Dude, y'all lucky kids don't really know what CPS is, bro. Real shit. Wait, why don't parents ever want to talk about it? Why ain't y'all tell me that there was a place that'll help me if y'all acting out?
In my opinion, I feel like there is a balance to it, okay? Gentle parenting isn't all wrong, but gentle parenting isn't all bad either. In the definition, shame, blame, or punishment, I understand shame. I understand blame. Punishment, I don't know. Because you don't want to be that person who's shaming their child publicly, right? Like those Instagram moms go on IG Live and expose their daughters when they're doing weird stuff.
Oh.
What's your name is? How old are you?
I'm 14.
Who were you? What you got? What happened?
I got caught having my mama's house
With who?
with Jordan Smith.
And then there
She got caught having in her mama house. And you had the bright idea of thinking to yourself, yeah, let me let the whole world know. Let me let everyone know. This is gonna be my rise to fame. What was there to gain?
Who?
With Jordan Smith.
And then there was punishment, okay? I feel like, bro, there needs to be some level of punishment. Don't you agree, bro? Like, taking away a device, grounding them for a day, that never hurt nobody for real, bro. It makes them know what they're missing out on. Me, personally, I definitely feel like you gotta punish a kid just so they kind of know what they can and can't do. Otherwise, they're just gonna keep, like, pushing the boundaries. Like, you can even see it with a baby, bro. They're gonna test you. They're gonna test you and test you and test you. And then when they find out the consequences of it, that's when they lock in and be like, okay, I can't do that. Same thing when you're training a dog. And no, I don't want to compare raising a freaking kid to treating a dog, but you get what I'm saying. You gotta, you know, lay the boundaries and lay the law. And if they do cross those
All right, Allah, next time I have a kid, I'm gonna put an electric collar around his neck. And every time he acts up, I'm gonna press the button. This is amazing advice, bro. Real talk. You should be a therapist.
boundaries, you gotta, you know, show them the consequences. And that same thing is gonna happen in their adulthood, so you wanna teach them that early. There are consequences to certain actions. In my opinion, the answer is not to get rid of gentle parenting. My answer is not to do physical punishment, and my answer is also not to shame. But my answer is to be slightly strict, limiting things that they can access while they're in trouble, punishing them, but not physically, and not overdoing it, bro. Well, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. What do you think about today's video? Do you think that kids are getting more violent? Kids are putting their hands on people, getting more aggressive? And what do you think the solution is to that? Do you think that gentle parenting is the move? Do you think that gentle parenting is not good? As always,
Yes, I think you could gentle parent and still be strict because my parents had some sort of aura where it's like, They'll look at me, not say a word, just look at me. And I knew I had to lock in. If you can't do that as a parent, then you're not that OP. I'm sorry.
Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord in the description. Sub to the second channel also in the description. Almost at 100K, so please make sure you go check out that channel. We are going crazy on there. With that being said,
Shout out Halal, man. Let me know. Are kids getting more dumb? Are they getting more violent? Let me know y'all experiences. Join us on Twitch. Make sure you guys subscribe. Road to 2 million subs, man. Uploads are back. New crib. If I look a little different, I got surgery, but I am recovering. I should be looking perfect tomorrow, or hopefully within the next week. Watching for life. Love y'all, and peace.